This is 911. Do you have an emergency?
Today on Rescue 911. Danger in a no trespassing zone. One wrong move plunges a woman down a 150-foot drop.
And I was just blown away that she was alive.
I can't feel my legs.
Plus,
What's wrong?
mother's helper shoots scalding hot water in a baby's bath.
It looked like his body was very raw, like there was no skin.
There's no way this kid's gonna live.
On Rescue 911.
On February 28, 1994, volunteers with the Palm Springs Mounted Police, headed by Rescue Coordinator Chris Maxwell, were called in to search a rugged desert canyon in southeastern California. 3 boys reported missing had been seen there the day before, but no one was sure they were still there.
Their sisters already hiked out. Apparently they went up there to play hooky. They were going to go home when school was out. I've interviewed their parents.
The local police department wasn't very concerned because these juveniles had frequently played hooky. But we decided to take a cursory search in the lower canyon. It's a no trespassing area, but people continually walk by those signs.
All right, well, we'll start on up.
The upper canyon is more of a danger.
Reserve Officer John Hathaway was among the volunteers on the search team.
We got to the end of the lower trail, and the consensus was that these kids were probably back at one of the local eateries laughing at all the trouble they had caused.
We just go up to the top and make sure.
But I felt that since we had come this far, we should at least go check the upper trail.
So I suppose you want me to go with you?
That'd be good exercise.
John's sort of a fitness nut. It's a very treacherous and a very demanding climb. So 2 of the team members decided to go back.
The area is made up of a lot of decomposed granite, which can come apart when you step on it. About anything that a hiker can get in trouble with is there.
Once you get up there, you're on a real narrow trail. It's about 400 feet above the valley floor.
As kind of a lark, I just yelled out, "Hello." To my astonishment, there was a return reply of, "Help me."
Hello! Keep yelling so we can find you!
Once you're in the canyon, there really is no way out.
Where are you? I can't see you!
Whoever it was over the side, they were not going to get out on their own.
When we continue.
She's not breathing. I think she's dead.
We figured that we had a rescue and then a body recovery. We thought we had found the 3 boys.
What's your name?
Jennifer!
This was a little bit of shock to both Chris and I because there had been no report of a missing female hiker.
Are you alone?
No, I'm with Jennifer!
She said, "I'm hiking with Jennifer." And this was a little confusing since she just said her name was Jennifer.
Where's she at?
She's not breathing. I think she's dead.
We figured that we had a rescue and then a body recovery.
She was a couple hundred feet below us, and it was a very sheer grade.
We didn't have ropes with us at the time.
Maxwell Base, do you copy? Thanks, go ahead. We have located 2 victims. One's alive and one body recovery. 10-4. Working on the helicopter right now. I'll get the teams together and we'll send them your way.
Hurry, I'm in here.
She was scared.
Hurry.
Since she'd been there alone for some time, I started to hike to the end of the canyon to see if I could get down to Jennifer before darkness.
Hello?
I heard a voice.
Jennifer?
I immediately knew it was Jennifer number 2, and I was just blown away that she was alive.
How you doing?
She was shivering. I could tell by the blood on the rock that she had a gash on the back of her head.
I can't feel my legs.
I knew that she definitely had some spinal injuries. It was very important that we got her out forthwith.
We need to get this going. It's getting dark quick, and she will not last the night. Helicopter is 15 minutes out. We'll be in the air shortly.
Yeah, she's doing good.
While we waited for the ship to arrive, she told me that they'd both fallen. Her friend, Jennifer, had gone for help. She'd had no food or water for about 24 hours.
You like to fly in helicopters, do you? You'll be all right, Jen. You'll be all right. Kenny's here. He'll take good care of you.
When Nurse Ken Piner reached the scene, he took over her care.
Kenny, this is a brave little Jennifer. I tell you, she's doing great.
My greatest concern was getting her out without adding additional injury to her. I could see where she had fallen from. It was about 150 feet up.
They told no one they were going to go hiking there, so no one had reported a missing.
It was fortunate that we'd gotten called for something totally different. If we had not found her when we did, I fully believe that she would have died before morning.
I had gone through my mind for the last 2 hours of what needed to be done to get Jennifer 1 out.
Helicopters cannot fly inside the canyon after dark, so I rappelled down.
The darkness just intensifies the amount of danger. We just have to be that much more careful.
How you doing?
The first thing I had to tell her that her friend was okay.
Stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there. Oh, no, that's all.
She was crying. She was so happy.
Come on, everything's been great.
She did not want to wait till morning to bring her out, so we hooked up a haul system so we could pull Jennifer up to our location.
Okay, watch yourself now.
I went ahead and put a cervical collar on her for safety, and I tied her about 6 feet above me on the rope.
Ready to haul. Haul.
Put yourself on the rock. Nice and easy, nice and easy.
The first victim, 22-year-old Jennifer Mays, had been taken to Desert Hospital, where she was examined by trauma surgeon Oscar Paz-Alchul.
She had the signs of environmental exposure and couldn't feel a pinprick from the belly button down. You can see in the CAT scan here. The x-rays were fairly dramatic. We could see a bony fragment completely displaced into the spinal canal, and this will act as a projectile and will sever the spinal cord at that level. There was no doubt in my mind that the damage was permanent. Dr. Manning, I'm Dr. Passam.
Her mother, Lupe Vera, was not prepared for the news.
She has a very bad spine.
I care for her so much. I love her so much that my feelings were disbelief and just numb.
Haul.
Did you work down here?
We talked about everything else except what we were doing.
Stuck. Stuck. Keep pulling. It's stuck. Don't pull. Lock it. Lock it. Reset it. Reset.
If that rope would have snapped, we both would have gone down to our deaths.
Pull. Ready. Whoa. She's right here. She's right here.
It took another 1.5 to 2 hours to get her from the bottom of the canyon to the landing zone where the helicopter could put one skid on a rock and pick her up. It was the hardest rescue I ever did.
Although 23-year-old Jennifer Staten fractured 2 vertebrae, she has recovered. Her best friend, Jennifer Mays, was hospitalized for 4 months, undergoing rehabilitation to learn to live with the paralysis she suffered when she fell.
When I took her up there, it was to show her there's actually green and water, and, you know, it's really pretty up there.
You've done this before, right? Yeah. When I was a kid.
We were joking and laughing around, and I decided that I was gonna try and climb down to see the waterfall up close.
That's amazing.
Oh my God! Jennifer! I started to climb down to see if she was, you know, okay. I was not able to move, and that was kind of scary, you know, have no power over your body to just get up and go.
Well, you know what? When I went to Vegas, they had...
She's still the same person that she was before. She's the one that's still cracking the jokes, having a good time. She's the one that's keeping everybody up when they're down.
Let's get around this way.
I have a lot of guilt because she is more hurt than me, and it's really hard to deal with. But she's in my heart, just like, you know, the best of friends that I have, and I hope that it stays that way.
Can he help me?
Yes. My children are the ones that motivated me. I know that I had to get on no matter what. Feeling sorry, there's, you know, I don't have time for that. Just to be able to see them each day, that's the biggest thing.
That must be quite interesting. So.
The major lesson I hope people learn is that when they go somewhere, to let someone know where they're hiking and let them know about when they think they're going to be back.
And I also hope that they learn that sometimes those no trespassing signs are there for a reason. They're not there just to keep you out. They're there also to keep you from getting into trouble like the Jennifers did.
My legs were up in the air, and it was so...
They're putting themselves in danger to do what they have to do, and without them, you know, I probably wouldn't be here. We got pretty close there, so I just tell them, you got me out of there, you got to deal with me for the rest of your life.
Next.
Yeah, honey.
Can I do my bath?
No.
I had told her no. Wait until I'm done with dishes, and then I'll give you both a bath, and then get you in your pajamas.
On February 18th, 1992, in Clio, Michigan, Jackie Rose was home alone with her 3 young children, little suspecting the danger that lay waiting inside their own house. While 4-year-old Leslie and 15-month-old RJ watched television, Jackie and her oldest daughter, Misty, washed the dinner dishes.
Mommy. Yeah, honey.
Can I do my bath?
No, honey, not right now, okay? I'm doing the dishes. And
I had told her no. Wait until I'm done with dishes, and then I'll give you both a bath, and then get you in your pajamas.
So when is your trip, Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday.
But she loves her brother, and she tries to play mother hen with him.
I tested the water and it was too hot, and I went to turn it down, and I accidentally, my hand went the other way.
Okay. Did I sign that?
The next thing we knew, Leslie was screaming.
Go check on him.
I ran in the bathroom, and RJ was sitting in the bath water, and it looked like toilet paper floating in the water, but it was really a skin. I learned that you never touch burns because you never want burns to get dirty, so I didn't touch them.
Mom!
It looked like his body was very raw, like there was no skin. When he didn't cry, I thought he was gone.
A basic life support CM ambulance was immediately dispatched.
I was very afraid to hold him because where do you grab a child that is severely burnt from the chest area down? You can't hug him. It just didn't look like a little boy anymore.
Just hang on to him because
Jackie called her best friend and next-door neighbor, Robin Miller, for help.
Missy was holding him. She looked at me with such desperation in her eyes that I took the baby from her and looked at him.
The ambulance is coming, they're coming.
I just picked him straight up so I could see his face. You really didn't want to look at the rest of his body. You wanted to concentrate on his face.
The first rescue unit arrived within 3 minutes, including EMT Peggy Riddell.
The minute we saw the baby, we knew there was no time for assessment.
We've got to go.
He had lost so much flesh and so much fluid. We felt we could lose him at any moment. He looked up at me with these big, beautiful eyes, sort of saying, "Help me."
We are going to meet with a paramedic, though.
The danger of infection was monumental.
I have to get that towel off him.
We immediately put him in a burn sheet, cooled him down with a little saline, placed him in oxygen, and off we went.
Nice and slow.
Come on. Touch him very carefully.
I kept telling him what a brave little boy he was. He likes to call me Ra. I kept saying, "Stay with Aunt Ra. Stay with Aunt Ra. You're going to be fine. We're going to get you there. We're going to take care of you. You're going to be fine."
They stopped to pick up paramedic Paul Wallace, who was trained in advanced life support.
Hey, let's go. What do you got?
3rd degree, 90% shot.
When I got into the ambulance, I opened the burn sheet, and I see that he's got to be burned probably 75% of his body. Okay, what do we got back here? A critical burn is the hands or the feet or the genitalia. He's got them all. He's got them all. There's no way this kid's going to live.
15-month-old R.J. Rose was taken to Hurley Medical Center, where a trauma team was standing by, led by emergency physician Margaret Conze.
One of the initial and most serious problems is fluid loss. Because the skin barrier is lost, the fluid loss is tremendous. And if fluid is not adequately replaced, the kidneys will fail. I have some bad news to tell you about Randy.
R.J.'s father, Randy, joined his wife at the hospital as soon as he learned what had happened.
More than 50% of his body.
They just kept saying, all you kids can do is just pray for your son, because as bad as he is burnt, we don't think he's going to make it through the night. And I ran out of the room, just crying.
When I first saw him that night, they had paralyzed him, and he looked so innocent, so innocent. He's such a perfect little boy. He loves his hugs. He loves his kisses. I just had to pray that he was going to be okay.
Somehow, R.J. managed to survive the night. He spent the next 4 months in the hospital.
Go turn around and bring it back.
Bring it back, Mom.
Come on.
In the 2.5 years since the incident, he has undergone a series of skin grafts.
I think that R.J. is a very lucky child. He will require more corrective plastic surgery, but he eventually should be able to lead a fairly normal life.
Misty's my little hero because the doctors had told me that if she would have waited 3 seconds longer to pull him out of the bathtub, he would not have survived. He would have died from shock.
When my brother came home, I felt good and happy that he didn't die. I'm glad RJ's home because I can play with him. I love him. I jump on the trampoline with him all the time. Okay, that's a doggy with you, like, that's
The lesson here is you don't need scalding hot water in your home. You can turn down your thermostat and still have enough hot water.
You shake his hand. Hey, buddy. How you doing? When I saw RJ, I was amazed. I never thought he would survive, and here he is, and he seems just fine. And it's great. I never would have believed it.
The people who have saved my son, the only thing I can say is thank you. But it's still not enough. Nothing in the world could be enough for him.
Well, read it out loud. We'd like to hear that.
I'll read it out loud. Okay.
Yes.
It says, Sergeant Paul Wallace for actions well beyond the call of duty on February 18th, 1992.
Mr. Shapiro, step out of the car, please.